What's your name?
I am Mr. Brownfield.
What's something most of your students don't know about you?
Oh gosh. I am a huge history buff. I spend a lot of time reading. I'm also a big movie fan. I've got an AMC movie subscription. So.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That one's also tough. Probably either Italian or Chinese food. I can get a genre, but I can't limit it.
What's something you enjoyed doing as a kid?
I loved comic books growing up. I loved going to, my dad was a basketball coach, so we'd go to basketball games down at Indian Creek, so that's a pretty fond memory.
Do you have any family traditions?
We have a big family, so we all get together, and sometimes it's great, sometimes it's interesting, but we all get together on the major holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, and it is mass chaos, so that's something interesting.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I'm sorry. Travel anywhere. I've been to Hawaii once before, so I would love to go back there. I would love to do like a tour of Europe and do like World War II sites and things like that.
What do you do on the weekends to unwind from school?
Honestly, I love going to the movies. I love going and just having a big bucket of popcorn and a soda and just zoning out and not thinking about things. I like to go play with my kids, try to do something fun with them over the weekends. We also like to go camping. So.
Do you have a favorite book?
Favorite book? I loved the Harry Potter series growing up. But as far as like a more recent book that I've read, Leaders Eat Last is a good one.
Why?
So it really kind of focuses on like servant leadership. The words, "that's not my job," is really not my mentality with stuff, and it just kind of helps reiterate that those are some of the positive things with being a leader.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Oh my gosh. That is really tough. Growing up, my great-grandpa, he did not graduate high school. But he always told me when I was growing up and we were fishing and all that good stuff, get all the schooling and get all the education you can. And that is something that I've tried to do. So I'm still in school and still working with kids to try to make sure that they get their high school diplomas and get across the stage.
Outside of being in school, like, what are some things you're passionate about?
Passionate about my family. I'm passionate about doing right by kids. I'm wanting to help as many people as I can, as long as I can, for as long as I can. I'm a man of faith, so like that's one of the driving things as far as like who I am, and what I try to do.
How have you grown since last year?
I feel like I'm having a better understanding of the position, so I'm better able to manage and accomplish things in a little bit more timely fashion. I think I'm pretty quick with responding to problems, but I feel like I'm able to be a little bit more focused on things.
How do you hope to grow next year?
So as far as like a personal side of things for growth, not stewing and not stressing as much, because sometimes like the job can be really, really hard and heavy. But another thing is that I really want to see us do as a school is focus in our PLC work and make sure that we are looking at kids as individuals and making sure we're trying to help and support kids wherever they need it.
If you could swap lives with anybody in the world, who would you swap lives with?
That's tough too. I liked history and politics, so maybe like a congressman or something.
If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be?
I would say maybe Lyndon Johnson, because he was actually in education before he went on to politics and stuff like that. Jimmy Carter's a really good guy. Flawed, but he was a good person. So, a couple names.
What's your favorite childhood cartoon or TV show?
Batman, the animated series. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
What and who are you most grateful for?
Most grateful for. I am really busy all the time, and I really value having good relationships with my wife and my kids. I could not be where I am if it wasn't for my wife. So like the fact that she supports me in going to school and spending time with kids that aren't necessarily my kids, and still balancing all that, she's huge.
Sweet. If your life was a movie, what would it be?
Definitely not an action movie. It's nothing, no running explosions or anything like that, but that's the best answer I've got.
What are personal goals outside of being here?
I would like to be a principal one day. Outside of that, that's really kind of my ultimate goal at this point. I'm working on my doctorate. So
That's a
actually,
lot of school.
Yeah, I got 2 more years. It's obnoxious.
God, never.
But I love it, and I love learning new things, and I'll be done with school at that point. So.
What's the biggest risk you've ever taken?
That's really tough. I don't know if I have a good answer for it.
You ever turned down a big job because you wanted to stay here or anything like that?
I did take a gamble. So growing up and actually going off to college, my goal was always to be a community person, to be involved and go back to the community and give back and teach and do all those different types of things. So I actually was offered a job while I was student teaching down in Evansville, and I turned it down because I wanted to get back up here with my wife and work in the community that I grew up in.
Fun. What's the most important lesson you've ever learned in life?
You're not going to be able to make everyone happy, and that's okay.
What's your biggest fear?
Being really good at something that doesn't matter.
What's your favorite color?
Blue. Amazing blue. Michigan Wolverines colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to Whiteland?
No, I love being here and I love being a part of the community.